up, blind gang? That ain't it. We still gotta work on our squad name. What's up, everyone? It's your favorite blind girl back on your screen with another one. In this video, you're coming with me vlog style to my favorite ophthalmologist. She's the best here in the 6, and she also specializes in low vision adaptive technology. So since a lot of you asked in my last video and also in the DMs what technology and devices I use in my regular everyday life, truth be told, it's just the iPhone I'm holding right now. But since my vision's gotten worse and your girl's gotten herself a new job, it's time that we check out the technology, maybe revisit a few old things, see what's new on the market, seeing as the last time I went was summer 18. So fingers crossed that something she offers today will work for me, not just at my job, but also in my everyday life. I think my edges should be laid. I think I can let the bandana go away. What does it look like? Anyway, let's pack our bag and let's go. It'd be good to bring them along and show them the process.
Oh, the process.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is called the lensometer, so it allows me to check what your prescription is in the current glasses. So I'm going to be putting this here in front for a moment. What you have to do right now, Alicia, is look straight ahead towards that big letter E.
I know it's an E because it always starts off as an E, but I can only see the horizontal lines.
You want to see the horizontal lines?
Yeah.
If I show you this combination.
No. Is there more than one letter there?
Yes. Right on. I'm going to show you this chart instead. Can you see that number?
7.
Good. So I'm going to move back a little bit more here. How about there?
4.
So if you remember what the whole purpose of the prism is in your case, because you have the Stargardts, or anybody who has any macular issues, including macular degeneration, the purpose of the prism is to shift the way the light focuses at the back of the eye. So instead of hitting you right smack in the center in the macula, where we know that the Stargardts is affecting you, or someone with macular degeneration, they'd have the damage in that area, it's actually shifting the way the light focuses onto an area adjacent to the macula. And if it works, you'll notice that it seems to be a little bit clearer. So it's one that I like to do with all my patients who have a central defect, to see if, just by using simple principles of optics, can I help improve the vision beyond what we can with just a traditional prescription. So you may or may not notice a difference, but we're going to do one eye at a time. Tell me if this seems to make any difference, if you can even pick it up. If I hold this in front, does this seem to make things any better for you compared to without?
A tiny bit.
Yes, you did notice a shift.
Yeah.
So this is now 1. That's 2.
1 is still better.
Good. And I'm going to do another one. This is now 3. Back to 1.
3 is a little better. They were...
Even better with this?
Yeah, a little better.
Better with that? When it comes to distance, I always like to use the analogy, if we keep making your glasses stronger and stronger, it's like going up a mountain. When you get to the top of the mountain, that's your ideal prescription. If we keep making it stronger, you start going downhill and we increase the blur. But for reading, we can keep making it stronger and stronger, but the reading power makes it where you have to hold things closer and closer and closer. Think of it as a modern pair of opera glasses, but you clip it onto the glasses. So what they can always do is they tell them, when lights go down, curtains open, put it on, everyone's focused on the stage. They're not going to notice that you're wearing this. This is also great for sporting events. So how the Raptors are on their winning streak, I think I heard this morning they've won 15 games in a row. You can watch a live event in a stadium as well, but you want to be positioned strategically to maximize it. So I actually tell my patients it's best to be in a corner, because then they can see what's happening with all the plays and the moves that the players are doing on the court or the field or whatever sport they're watching. If they're in the center, looking at it, it's like a tennis match. It's going back, forth, back. Now, another one that I'm going to show you is actually this really cool binocular that just came out in the fall. Again, it's from Eschenbach.
So this is 2019?
This is 2019, fall of 2019. What I like about it, so traditionally with a binocular, it allows you to only see things far away. This one's unique because it also allows you to see things within a few feet away from you. What can you see now?
VLHE.
And below that, what can you read?
DAO. That's a T, right?
So you've gotten some of the letters on the 2040 line. So you went from 2400.
I was 2040 when I met you 10 years ago.
Okay.
So that's a long time ago and a long ways away.
So it's getting you back to where you were.
I can't make out what the word beside it is. Like I can make out the first letter of each word. So like he.
Okay.
Nope. EON.
Kind of a series of things so people know what's available, which is, this is the part that I get excited about. When it comes to showing my patients anything related to reading, I always like to start with the basic. And actually, this one is
Old school magnifiers.
You got it. But I'll show you why I do it this way as well. One is that people are aware of old school magnifiers and what they look like. So you know I'm really big on technology, but if somebody's not seeing new technology, it can be overwhelming. It looks pretty cool. Kids will actually be intrigued, like their fellow peers, like what is it that they have, because it makes it bigger and easier.
Yeah.
If I gave my younger patients a magnifier that they traditionally think of someone who might be their grandma or grandpa using, they're not going to want to use it in school because unfortunately there's still bullying happening.
Yeah.
Anytime anyone's a little different, unfortunately there's always kids and even adults who look at it as being a weakness as opposed to seeing the fact that they might have a different way of doing things and looking at things. A lot of people don't realize, one, that they should be putting it first flat down on the page
and then pulling it
lifting
back.
up.
Yeah, that's what I do with my magnifier.
Because that's how you actually determine the focal point of the magnifier you're using. Now, the other secret a lot of people don't know is they're wanting to do that here. And if they're further away, what happens is they pick up distortion, especially if the magnifier is moving in their hands. And my patients with arthritis, I don't like recommending handheld magnifiers because their hands are going to shake a lot more. So it doesn't look like that traditional magnifier. You can easily have it collapsed in your purse and it looks like a little compact.
Will they wait?
Okay, so yeah, it's still tricky, and that's where you were before. This one's design. It's actually something a patient can put around their neck, and it is a 4 times magnifier. It does come as a 7 and a 10, but I only have the 4 times in stock right now. But what I like about it is they also added the LED light here. So then somebody who might be going to the store and needs it for a price tag, they can use it really quickly and look at small things for spotting. And that's what you have to remember. Handheld magnifiers like these traditional ones are designed for quick spotting. They're not designed to be reading the newspaper for long periods. It's too tiring because they don't get enough words in the field.
You could be part of the outfit.
You might just want to change the lanyard on it. The cool thing about digital devices is that I can change the way that the print appears. So I can do the darker black on white. I can do white on black, black on yellow, yellow on black, back to just regular color. My question to you now, Alicia, is do you like the white background or the black background?
I prefer light mode. Everyone's on dark mode these days, but for me, I need the strong, stark contrast of dark print on.
So the dark print on the white background.
Yeah.
And I'll let you know, 7 out of 10 of my patients like the black background. Now this one has that magnifier that we can make it bigger as well. Are you able to see any of that right now? You might have to get closer.
At night, we like to.
Up there.
Oh man, the child.
Yeah, it's a child. But I can make it bigger. and bigger. Are you able to see any of that right now? So the advantage of digital is that depending on what a person's vision is, they can increase and decrease the magnification or change the contrast. A traditional magnifier is just that. Yeah, I would have had this one last time you were here in 2018. So I'm just letting it wake up for a moment. So this one,
it sings.
It sings to tell you it's turned on. So it gives some auditory cues, which helps people who might have vision loss that they don't know if they've turned it on or off.
Yeah.
So again, I can now make that print look darker black on white, which makes a tremendous difference when you look at newspaper quality, because it's not the best quality. They can fit the newspaper column and simply slide it down instead of having to go back and forth. In your case, you would need more magnification.
Yeah.
So that's not going to be a big feature for you. What's unique about it, though, is this one's designed that you can actually even write underneath as well. So what happens is I can actually lift it up on an angle, and then you can actually put a pen underneath as well, so you can use it for signing. This one, you see, I've put it right over top the newspaper column, and you can see the whole newspaper column right there. So I can now increase the magnification.
And it's smooth, seamless.
Yes, it's a gradual change that way. I can now make it darker black on white. There's this red line. I can use it with the line or without. The red line is actually handy if someone's looking at spreadsheets or the bank statement and want to follow through, or an HDMI port. So that means you can connect this onto a larger monitor or a TV that has an HDMI connection. So whatever you see here, so if somebody needs more magnification, but they want to be able to read the newspaper, they might be able to just have it where they've zoomed it onto the column, and now they're transmitting it onto a bigger screen.
This one's called what again?
The Visilex Digital XL FHD. This is a little bit larger than traditional ones, but if it was traditional, you get 2.5 column widths of the newspaper, which gives it a nice field of vision. So it's picking up about 12.5 centimeters of a zone. And so I can now, again, change it to the darker black. I can zoom it up. Now, the cool thing is I have that digital scrolling side to side. I can make it where it's faster or slower accordingly. So right now what I've done is I've made it where you're seeing the whole column here.
Mm-hmm.
Are you able to read this now?
I can see some words, but it'd have to be a little bit larger for me.
So I can definitely make it larger for you. This is actually a telescopic clip. And so with telescopic clip, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount this onto your own glasses, your old glasses that you came in with.
Mm-hmm.
So this has been designed that you can actually clip it on when you want to use it and clip it off when you don't need it.
So maybe this would be good for work.
It could be,
Looking at
yeah.
the computer screen?
Well, it's more for far away. So looking at faces, looking at TV, if you're going to the theater, being able to see what's happening on stage. Are you able to see that letter in the distance right now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah.
is huge.
It's bigger, yes. How about if we...
Are they all E's? Just facing different ways?
No.
Okay. So I'm not crazy. Maybe it's actually a B.
There is a B there.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Or flip it up when you don't. Because remember, when it comes to walking,
It feels so delicate.
Yeah. It's called the Occutech VS Sport. So this one you can actually incorporate a person's prescription in it.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a telescope, but instead of the telescope sticking way out, just like this one does here, they've used little mirrors and prisms to shift the way the focus is. So it comes in from the left side, in this case, comes across, then into the eye. So it's actually going horizontally along the frame the frame, if you see.
Oh. She went to go out or something?
And Conrad Lewis did very well in the computer tech industry. The reason he created eSight is that his two sisters have lived with Stargardts for over 3 decades. So he got to watch his sisters try various vision aids over their lifetime. And he felt that there was a gap, and he wanted to say, well, what can we do with technology to make it more accessible? It's just waking up, and it has a little disclaimer saying it's not for driving.
It was like virtual reality.
You got it. So Alicia, I have now the eSight 3 on you. So this is actually different than all the other units because it's actually a digital video binocular system. Whereas the other ones were all just based on optics, and it was an optical aid. So with this one, you have this lovely control pad here. It's almost like a remote control. And it'll allow you to control the settings. So you'll be able to increase the magnification, decrease the magnification, play around with brightness and contrast as well.
It's a little blurry. You should reach.
You're seeing a little bit of the line, one line better than newspaper print.
I'm trying to zoom in all the way and it is too blurry. So way more lightweight than the last two gens.
Yeah, and this one's also designed that you can actually flip it up. So again, not by optics. So if you're walking around, you're not looking through the device because we don't want you tripping or falling.
Yeah, I remember the number one reason why I didn't like this one is it cut off my peripherals, and I've been living off my peripheral.
Some of these other kind of filtered lenses.
The yellow ones?
The yellow and the orange. Remember those? Orangey tinted.
Yeah, these are like sunglasses.
Yeah. How do these seem compared to the yellow ones? Is it better with this?
Yeah,
with that?
they're better, but
okay. Well,
lights don't irritate me unless they're like right in my eyes.
Lenses for people who've had macular degeneration and other macular issues. It has been beneficial, and we have studies to prove it.
Phone died before I finished filming, which is why it's charging right now, and it's a little wobbly. Sorry about that, but that ends this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button. Let me know down below which device you'd be most likely to try. And until next time, love and later.